Yeah.
Ready?
Nasi goreng.
What does it mean to be human? I never get to say that.
God damn.
There's a saying, to err is to be human. What it literally means is that because we are human, we will make mistakes. Sometimes over and over again. At this stage of my life right now, I'm making the same mistake for the third time. The first being saying yes to come here and saying it's me. but the real thing I want to talk to you about today is the sense of being alone. I've had this twice in my life. I've been teachers out of it. Everyone's like, very funny. Things are always funny in hindsight. But again, today I find myself in the same trap. And I think you would think that you've learned from the past, but no, sometimes you make the same mistakes over and over again. Where I am right now is I'm supremely overwhelmed. Ever thought maybe I wish there was more than 24 hours in a day? Everyone thinks about that once in a while. I wish there were 48 hours in a day. And even that might not be enough. The more I think about it, the more I think, am I dispensing the wrong advice? Because I tell everyone, you just say yes first. Decide how to do it later. Don't worry about it. I think I've taken it too far. So these days I have to think about how to revert back to Brendan's said, just to say no. And I've started saying no in the past 2 days. The biggest lesson that you must learn, that I've learned yesterday, is you never say no to your wife. If she tells you to go for dinner, you go home. It's a mistake. I hope there won't be a fault. Thank you very much.
Second word would be, I would like to invite a guest. Not you, my lady, you have too many. Fadil? Which one do you choose, medium or fast? Alright. If happiness was the national currency, what kind of good would make you rich? If happiness was the national currency, what kind of good would make you rich?
So, by currency, you mean such as money and etc. So, what kind of work would you do to do kind of that? I guess. I think. Wait, I don't really understand the question.
If happiness was the national currency, what kind of good would make you rich?
Well, I'm just gonna wing it because I don't really understand the question. So, what kind of happiness as currency? What kind of work? Charity. That's the only thing I know. So basically, if you do charity, any kind of charity work, volunteerism, which what I heard from Farhan's speech, he does a lot, and I did some, I think, with him, I guess. So, happiness would be helping others. Wait. That doesn't go with the question. I guess smiling is something. It doesn't work. I don't really know. I guess something that makes people happy as a currency. I don't. Alright, I think that's.
Smells so much, I don't even know. Anyway, so the next person to let us speak right now is Randall. What do you want less in your life? What do you want less in your life?
Now that is a very tough question. What do I want less in life? What I want to have less in life is to have less time. Get it? Less time. That means I want more time in the day. More time in the day, I can age slowly. Right? You want to age slowly so you can experience the wonders in the life. You can experience, imagine we have happiness as a national currency. Right? The whole world will be full of happiness. Everyone will be high. Happy. So giggling. So, for me, I'm in a period where I have reached mid-life crisis. I'm maybe a decade away, but I'm already thinking ahead. So when I think ahead, I wish that there is more hours in the day. Maybe even an hour, even more. Because I sleep longer hours. People say you need 8 hours to sleep. I probably need 10 hours to re-energize. Some people say I need 1 hour to do all my blog, but it takes me 3 hours to make it very effective. So my life is very full of Speedy Gonzales. Everything is going at a very fast pace. And now I feel that if I have more time, I have more time to maybe spend time with my family. That's the one reason why I feel that I keep delaying myself, making excuses, there's not enough time. But of course, if you have more time, you have to make more excuses. So, yeah, it actually makes it less. How do you say this? The more you want, the less. They say less is more. Right? So, there's a paradox there. But in life, yes, I want to be less. And that is having more time. Thank you.
How many people can I actually Okay, the person behind my medicine.
Kelvin!
What is the one thing you like after you after about it at the end of the life? What's the one thing you like after you about it at the end of your life?
I guess at the end of my life, everyone's just gonna talk about me.
Oh.
Remember that tall guy? I have absolutely no idea. At the end of my life, I'll have, if I stick to my job, I'll have lost. And I hope they have nice things to say about me. just everyone what they want to after their A-levels. And a lot of my friends said the same thing. I want to earn money, I want to get a house, I want to have a car, and I want to see the world. Then I thought, being very clever, I decided I wanted to be different. And I said this just without thinking. I said, if at the end of my life I could do something to it, or just even someone, or even a short while, that would make my life more living. Yeah, I got the same reaction. Everyone just stopped. I guess at the end of my life, I hope I help somebody. And that's all. Thank you.
Hi, Brandon. Video mo ba? Do you own your things or do your things own you? Do you own your things or do your things own you?
Do I own my things or my things own me? Well, it has to depend on what are the things you're actually talking about. But let me put it in things that my parents have given me from my whole life. That's what I'm going to talk about. For the past few weeks, my mom has been doing me all these reality checks of me overspending since I'm young. And that's one of the bad habits that most of us possess. No one here said that they never spend money because it's a lie. It's going to not look at me. You spend a lot of money. The point of spending money, especially overspending, is not a bad thing if you look at it from a point of view. At a certain stage in life, when since you are born, all of us have been starting to use our parents' money to buy whatever we love. And for most of our parents, they will try their best to buy it for us. If they can afford it, they will buy it. That I can guarantee. And all this time, you're so happy with all your toys that have bought you. But have you ever think about what is actually happening on the other side, which in this case is your parents' side? Just like I said, all of us have things that we like, and that goes the same for our parents. Our parents have their own things they like. Jewelries, cameras, that's up to their interests. But ever since a new child such as me is, especially when you're the only child, they will try to give everything to you. But to do that, they'll have to sacrifice themselves. So if I were to answer your question, I own my things, but if I were to twist around, I want to make sure that in my future life, I want to make sure that all the things that my parents want will be owned by them. Thank you.
Ling. Give me one or two. Would you rather be a great genius or a joyful simpleton? Ling, would you rather be a great genius or a joyful simpleton?
They say that ignorance is bliss, but I never believed that knowing things might be a cause for cynicism. It's quite deep on purpose, okay? It just happened. The thing people mostly associate with people who know things is that if you know so much, you start being skeptical. or you start losing the joy in life, and I don't believe that. Because there's always things to know. Maybe you get a little bit more anxious than other people simply because you know the downfalls or the shortcomings of things, but I don't believe that's a reason to be worried about it. So to answer your question, it doesn't matter if you're a worried genius or if you're a something. I'm cool for that. I can be both. There's no such thing as being too smart that you know too much, or being too stupid that. Okay, maybe there is such a thing. But at the same time, ignorance isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just means you see things in a different way, that people have enlightened you on something that everyone else knows, but you don't. So yeah, it's nice to know things, but it's nice not to know anything either. And I think, in response to all of you all, I think I've managed to successfully dodge that question, so yeah.